Namaste. I was invited to speak at this seminar, Experiencing Discrimination as a Hindu in the United States. But I was traveling at that time. Shravya and Nandini from Hindus for Human Rights and Gaurav from Hindu Speakers Bureau made eloquent presentations. Congratulations to all of you. I highly respect your views and I'm happy that this collaboration between these two organizations. Let's plan more such sessions in the future. I see that we have the same great goal, Vasudevo Kutumbikam. Make this universe a better place for all. However, our approaches are quite different. Like Gaurav said, we are Grand Canyon away in our approaches. Thus, we need to talk. To start with, I have some concerns regarding the facts presented. The Taco Bell incidents in Fremont. This is your summary.
टाको बिल में लड़ाई दो माइनॉरिटी लोगों के बीच की थी.
This is incorrect. Let's first hear from the victim.
He started this abuse. I mean, he started saying, "Hey, you are a Hindu, right? You don't eat beef. You guys should eat beef. Don't come out like this." I mean, it just started from that point onwards.
The Taco Bell incident was not a fight, but it was a one-sided bullying. Why you said because the bullying party was from minority, it does not count? Why the harassment has to be from white supremacist group to be qualified as a Hinduphobia? If you say the harassment was from a minority, isn't it worse for Hindus to be bullied by both minorities and majorities? Is this not a clear case of Hinduphobia? Why Hindu for Human Rights is undermining the incidents and not outright condemning it? Shravya, please verify your source.
So like when I talk about the holy story, I have never participated in this bonfire of Holika, for example, that many people believe is casteist, because Holika is maybe representative of a Bahujan woman.
Now the holy story. It is about King Hiranyakashipu, his sister Holika, and nephew Prahlad, meaning all of them from the same family or same caste. So this is not a story of upper caste and lower caste issue. Further, Holika was not Bahujan. She was a Brahmin, Asuras, and the daughter of a great Brahmin Rishi, Kashyapa, and wife Diti. Further, the Holika decided to enter into the fire on her own. Nobody compelled her to do that one. If the story is about good over evil, why you stop participating in Holi Dahan as a part of the total Holi festival? Your casual mixing of the story of Holika is an example of travesty that Hindu we have to face because of the colonial historian who did not understand our culture or language and chose to willingly misinterpret our traditions for their gain. Don't emulate these unscrupulous challenges.
This attempt to color Hindu festivals with the poison of the day to make them less palatable to our kids, that's Hinduphobia.
Now, Nandini, you presented some facts.
Or if molten lava or iron was poured into their ears if they heard the Shastras.
When did these incidents last occur in Indian history? This is very concerning statement. Such inflammatory statements can alienate Hindu from Hinduism. With so many Hindu temples are attacked and two Gandhi statues are desecrated in such a short period, why are you creating doubts in favor of Khalistanis instead of supporting the victim community?
The Queensland police found that most likely it was an inside job.
That is what you said when you don't have even solid evidence to support it.
Most likely.
My own temple has still the Khalistani slogans painted. Nandini, are you suggesting that we should investigate all these incidents as an internal matter and spare Khalistanis? What are Hindus for Human Rights priorities? My main concern with Hindu for Human Rights is similar to the in-flight analogy, if I use, when oxygen levels are low, We should put on our masks first and then helps the others. When Hindus' oxygen levels are low, you as an organization should speak out for our concerns and pain first before defending others. Now, on addressing Hinduphobia,
At Hindus for Human Rights, we reject the notion of systemic Hinduphobia in the United States with any equivalence to Islamophobia or anti Semitism.
Shravya mentioned that Hinduphobia is not at the level what Muslims and Jews have faced. Are Baba, they have already Islamophobia and anti-Semitism law on books addressing their concerns. We are just starting these efforts and it may take us 20 more years before it becomes a law. On a national forum, why you downplay our pain by focusing on others' pain? See, there is a generation gap in helping Hindu causes. Shravya, Nandini, my own boys at home, and many other Hindu youths are most blessed new generation Hindus because their parents took great care of them. Now they live in bubble and assume all Hindus in America are in the same great boat. They go out of their way to help others, but not for Hindu causes. Why? Because they have learned from your organizations and media that their parents are racist, fascist, Hindutva, casteist. This has led to their self-esteem among Hindu youths in America, starting from what they learn in their 6th grade from their social studies teachers.
Academic Hindu discrimination by indoctrinating young American kids with a clearly pathetic and biased view of a vast and vibrant Hinduism.
Now take time to learn the real struggle of Hindus in America. If you feel Hindus are blessed in America, come to my temple. Most devotees are blue-collar workers. A singer will sing till 9 p.m. and will tell me that he has an overnight shift as a security guard at a parking lot. A Hindu lady had a rape assault just 3 miles from here and no one to help her. They are new immigrants and may be struggling. Plus, she may have an inferiority complex because she's a Brahmin. A 70 years old man in wheelchair was ran over by a van and killed. The family is unaware that they could file a lawsuit so the victim's wife can get some financial help. There are many Hindu in my mandir in their 20s and 30s suffering from severe depression because they have a work pressure and visa issues. Fijian and Guyanese Hindus need lots of help. These needy Hindus are all discounted by the privileged Hindus and Americans because they assume all Hindus are blessed and are casteist supremacists. Now there is a discrimination in education. A 7th grader told me that teacher showed a video made by Al Jazeera where a lower caste person was dragged to the train track and ran over. When asked for an explanation for showing this video, the teacher as well as the principal apologized. Unfortunately, the parents, maybe again because of their low self-esteem, did not decide to escalate the matter. Yes, that train incidents may be true, like there are so many incidents in this world, but why the teacher decided to go against only Hinduism? Because there is no Hinduphobia law against it and it's easy to bash Hindus. Many parents tell me that their teens and young adults want to dissociate themselves from the Hinduism due to negative information in textbooks and media. Now, let's see. What was the focus of the seminar and what did you do? The seminar on May 24 was entitled Experiencing Discrimination as a Hindu in the United States and was supposed to address Hinduphobia in America. However, Hindu for Human Rights speakers focused on the caste issue in India. Caste and Dalits were mentioned some more than 100 times. steering the discussion away from the core topic. See, this caste drum beating hurts the self-esteem of Hindus' new generation in America.
Over-index on a particular attribute?
Now, my personal experience on caste in 1970, I missed out getting admission into medical school by a fraction of percentage because I had to compete for the 70% of the block seats. I'm glad that instead some Dalit could become a physician. Now I hope that the same blessed person is not sponsoring the caste bill in California to go after my great grandchildren. See, I'm in public life all the time, but I have not seen a single caste related issue in my 45 years in corporate America. Is the issue not still real in India? Yes, but why make that a total focus on today here? I'm again sorry I miss meeting the suffering people, caste suffering people in America, and I'll be glad to hear their pain in person in Bay Area. Send them over. Now, why did Hindu for Human Rights supported SB 403 bill in California when there is not a single documented case in the history of America? Why rush to make law against Hindus? See, I will support this bill if 1. When American 6th graders are taught that caste is exclusively a Hindu issue, if that is true, I want Hinduism to be included in Wahab's bill to match with the reality. Or 2nd, textbooks should be revised to include the definition of caste as in SB 403. See, Sundarayar from Cisco suffered even without having such law. I fear that my son, who is an assistant professor at Stanford, may be next, even though he has no clue about it. What kind of Hindu organizations Hindu for Human Rights is, which seeks to make life miserable for the future Hindu generations? Let's hear from Aisha Wahab.
Despite dating back over several thousand years old, caste systems, human trafficking, workplace bullying and harassment, gender-based violence, rape and murder.
And Equality Lab.
I know that there are people who find meaning in books like the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads, but every act of Hindu scripture has done nothing but bring violence and pain. And the Nazis aren't Germans in fucking Europe. They're actually upper caste Indians.
Why Hindu for Human Rights is not formally complaining against Wahab and Equality Lab for such statements? Actions of Hindu for Human Rights, Wahab and Equality Labs helps lower self-esteem of the next generation. Is that your intention? Now there is a fear among Hindu communities. When I invited my friends to join for a protest for a Hindu cause, they declined out of fear of physical attack. Why so much fear in expressing your feelings? When we live in a free country, they don't want to be labeled as Hindutva, being Hindu. Now you mentioned DGH. I attended only one session at DGH conference and did not see any scholarly work there. Why does Hindu for Human Rights not demand an apology from this who said Hinduism will be dismantled? Hinduism will be dismantled. Now, who is presenting for Hindu for Human Rights? At one session, I believe 4 out of 5 presenters already said they are not Hindus. I asked Raju how many people in this photo are practicing Hindus but have not received any answer. To be clear, I'm very clear on these 2 speakers here, Nandini and Shravya, who are undoubtedly Hindus, and I'm proud of you as a Hindu. My field of work, interfaith marriages, I see Hindus have such a low self-esteem, and like Gita, many of them are coerced into converting. Now, Nandini said this about rice bags.
Did your religion have so little to offer that someone could be taken away by one bag of rice?
Now, I have come across so many Hindu youths, 17, 18, 19, who converted to Christianity or Islam. See, I met this blessed girl, Ritu, in San Francisco Bay Area, who invited me to speak there. Her grandparents were driven out of Pakistan in 1947. Here, she is making a public statement that she has converted to Islam.
And so I accepted it, still following Islam.
And who made her put the thoughts in her mind?
It was April, and in my history class, our teacher was teaching us about, it was world history, and we were learning about Islam. And my teacher was really trying to change students' misconceptions and educate us about what the religion really was.
See, when the poison against Hinduism is added in Hindu youth's mind from their birth, and on top, the school teachers guide them, no wonder why you will move out of Hinduism and not even ask for rice back. Nandini and Shravya, keep in mind, when you use the caste word in any public forum, you are helping Hindu youths move out of Hindu fold. Again, I can clearly see both of you are very blessed. But keep in mind that your privilege is not your caste. Not everyone who has your last name has the same privilege of education, opportunity, and network. The rape result I mentioned is going through severe depression today because of her life situation. She's a Brahmin. Please don't project your privilege as something that is enjoyed by everyone else. Problems faced by Hindus in America are real. What is Hindu for Human Rights' true objective? Is Hindu for Human Rights truly for Hindu causes? Or it is an organization to teach Hindus human rights? Because others have already learned human rights, it is the Hindu who needs to be taught. Here are my closing thoughts. Shravya and Nandini, ponder over what I said. It may make sense some 10 years down the road. Hinduphobia is real. The low self-esteem of the next generation of Hindu created by media is of my concern. Let's meet again to clarify these points. Thank you very much.